Why the bar bag? It's a good question. A lot of our customers have said it would be really great if you could just solve the bar bag.
I always hated using a bar bag because there's just so many problems with them.
It's this thing that you can see and feel and hear whenever you're riding.
They're like strapped onto the bars, they tend to move all over the place. You lose all the positions for your hands to be. You tend to get rub on the head tube, which can damage your bike and hit the cables or hit your tire.
We see that as like a really great opportunity to really elevate the experience.
What we've made here is exactly what we think the best version of a bar bag can be. These things just clip on instantly on and off.
When you put it back, it'll be in the exact same spot. That reliability and repeatability, it's like so satisfying.
And there's no faff, there's no movement, there's no rattle.
Every product we release, it takes things just that little bit more, and this one is 100% on the bleeding edge of our technology.
Keeps your bike riding and handling as it's supposed to. That's why we're all out riding bikes, is to have fun on them.
Coming to Bristol for me was addressing that balance. People are more relaxed. Tailfin is very different to a lot of workplaces. Had to kind of almost unlearn a lot of stuff from my last place. It was a lot more rigid. And here is much more about play and exploration. So I almost had to feel myself loosen up. Boosting my partner right now.
What's he enjoy
My life force.
Should we set an intention for the ride?
How do we all want to feel after this?
It's the harvest moon right now, so we're harvesting good energy to last us through the winter.
Yes. Look at Rob and Nick. They are just playing. There's no awareness of a deadline, ever. But they've just explored every single option. So much exploration and play.
Yeah.
All the possibilities.
So many.
This is throwing out memories.
So much time wasted.
You print an awful lot of parts.
Normally you'd finish working on them in the evening or like at the end of the day at work, and then you press go on the printer, come in the morning, then you'll get the parts, put them together, see what's wrong, and then spend that day making those changes and repeat that process.
Rob put an X clamp, attached it to a mini pannier, adapted a mount, and literally just put it on and rode it on the weekend. That was literally the first step to the project. It was almost like an intuitive inclination. That's the way forward.
Rob really pushed. A lot of this project was his baby.
Testing, we bought almost every bar bag and front system available in the market. We then took that to like a local mountain bike track.
To really glean and pick up what worked well, what did we have frustrations with.
It was quite a fun day out. I mean, it was in January, so it was flipping cold. We found the further out from the steerer tube they were, the more of this affect the handling, so we wanted to get all the weight in as close to the steerer tube as possible. The weight as low as possible, so as low centre of gravity or close to the wheel.
Yeah, at that point, I want to straight away start designing and engineering componentry and hardware to try and have a superior attachment mechanism. It sounds really boring. Like at the end of the day, I'm often just designing how to attach one thing to another thing, but like in a really like beautiful, lightweight, strong way.
Developing the hardware, the bag itself has structure. You can keep this mount quite minimal.
These two sort of axes of movements to get that into the right position.
By using the X clamp, you've just got this instant on-off. It like grips on and then shuts the lower bar. And then you get absolutely no movement.
And then to be able to attach your lights, your computer, maybe your action camera on this mount, which just makes your whole setup way more usable.
At Tailfin, we ride together during the week. We also do group bikepacking trips. Everyone loves to kind of connect through riding because that's obviously what we do. Space for us to hang out and have fun, but also get excited about new products and try them out. I mainly just go riding to have deep chats with people.
What's your favourite flavour of ice cream?
Probably vanilla.
Vanilla. Ed, what's your favourite flavour?
What?
Ice cream?
Could it be a sorbet?
You want to be difficult, Ed?
Nostrovia. Fine.
Would you say you're more productive in this job than you were in a different job? Like where you're a little bit more restricted and had less freedom?
I think that it just makes sense. To be creative, it's a certain mental state, and you have to feel free for your mind to actually open to think about all the possibilities. Things that don't seem obvious in the office or the workshop suddenly just jump out at you when you're riding your bike. It's like you don't even have to think about it, but you just see it straight away.
Yeah.
But you could have spent months in the office kind of ruminating around the same thing, and then instantly you realise how simple the solution is.
We have like such a great environment. There is quite a competitive spirit of trying to come up with really cunning, clever, innovative solutions. And I remember the Wavelock one. I honestly don't remember who came up with it.
Yeah, I'll claim credit. 100% it's mine.
We had to develop this new hardware. We call it Wavelock.
Called it Wavelock because basically when you look at it side profile, it looks like a tiny little wave.
It's for the bikes with drop bars. All sort of roll bags have this sort of dead space taken up by the ends with the sort of side release clips. Get it in between your bars and you'd be out riding, you go to do your first shift and you'd be like, I can't shift because the bag is literally stopping me. Wavelock allows you to be able to remove that dead space and just bring your bag in.
Have this completely flat end and then therefore don't get in the way of your shifters or brakes or anything whilst you're riding.
And then there's all the pocket development. I think this is quite interesting. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4.
God, it's actually so much.
I know.
So much.
Actually ridiculous.
Olivia really helped kind of elevate the soft goods side of things. So taking some of the initial early ideas and started to improve them.
Soft goods is basically, it's a mix between product design and fashion. Main soft goods development there was the front stretch pocket. You basically make a prototype, try it, another idea comes up, you try that, and then you keep trying it. So it just kind of snowballs. So you think that you've maybe solved it, and then you actually try it and it doesn't work.
I think we're very lucky to have a huge selection of different athletes and adventurers that we can go to and test things out.
When you like look back on things like this and they've seen trips,
Yeah.
you feel attached to them. I do.
All the R&D riders we gave this to, as the hardware engineer, I'm like, I was the quick release mechanism and the hardware, and they're like, the stretch mesh pocket is absolutely amazing. I'm like, brilliant.
I love it when the riders come in and you start chatting and they're really excited, and then that makes me really excited.
It was love at first sight for me in this bag, I think. We're still in love now. They presented me with this bag and like this front pouch. It was the dream for me. It's essentially like a snack basket. With the longer rides, you want to eat real food and you can fit all sorts of stuff in there, like wraps and burgers and a full bag of donuts sat there right onto your aero bars. You can
see the joy on their faces when they've done a race and they've tried a new prototype out, and they're just as excited about it as you are. So this is Quinda's bar bag that we made for her for Silk Road. One of the first prototypes, which is really cool. It's seen some times.
I love how you can kind of see the signs of where it's been. So it has like an orange layer of the landscape at Kyrgyzstan or Atlantic Mountain Race. All the equipment is kind of an extension of you. So you live so closely with all these items day in, day out. It's a very intimate relationship that you have with the items that you bring on these journeys. You start to love them in a pretty special way.
If you're connected to your bags, it's because you're connected to the freedom that they allow you to have, a symbol for escape. I went cycling around France for a month. I just loved knowing that I had all of my items and bits and I could just go anywhere. Me and my ex were breaking up and we've literally built a life together. We've got a whole house of objects. One of the kind of heartbreaking things was thinking, well, I might not have these objects anymore, I might have to sell them. I kind of had a moment where I looked at my bike and I saw how little stuff I had. I've just got my tent and sleeping bag and a few clothes, and I'm happy. Hey. Ow! It's bit my elbow. Best projects are usually the ones that have the most problems to solve.
We see that as like a really great opportunity to really elevate the experience.
Fundamentally, we've solved the key issues with existing bar bags, elevating your bikepacking setup.
I'm just really excited for all the snacks. Everyone loves food when they're cycling, it's so important.
This amazing product that people are going to just love to use, love the experience, the ease of use that will come from what we've produced.
Really excited to have this one out there and going on adventures.
That makes me passionate about riding because of what cycling means to everyone.